Hey, I'm Animesh.
And I'm Peter.
And yes, this is On Sub. We're going to try out something new on this very episode of On Sub. I've christened it Breakdown.
I'll stick with that for now.
Yeah, you'll stick with that for now until your marketing head lends you to some new this thing. You'll look at all our SEO hashtags and stuff and figure out
Google
what this
Trends.
is going to be called.
Google Trends
eventually.
is where it's at.
But no, we're going to be calling this Breakdown. And not Breakdown in terms of we're not going to be playing you a montage of music which will make your head bob and stuff. That's not the kind of... Okay. Despised Icon was a great fucking album. Just yes, it may be deathcore, but fuck you.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, sorry for abusing you. I don't really mean it. Yeah.
Chill.
Okay. Anyways, so on the Breakdown, what we are going to be trying and doing is we're going to get a new single or some piece of music that we haven't really heard a lot.
Yeah.
And we're going to get the artist involved and try and break down literally just how the song was created and try and actually understand what was the intent behind it or how all the parts came together or just talk a little bit more about song. Essentially fanboying.
Or just to use jargon, deep dive into the track.
See, only a marketing I would have said that. So this was an idea that was had a couple of weeks back, and lo and behold, I think somebody was reading The Secret or something of that sort, and the universe conspired and gave us Devoid. Devoid. Yeah.
So let's cut to the chase. I'd like to welcome a good friend of ours and somebody I know for a decade. I can't believe this, but
yeah,
Mr. Arun Iyer.
Yeah.
Arun, thanks for getting us into your studio.
Oh yeah, thanks for calling this the studio.
It is the studio, right? I remember. You may not remember this. I don't think you remember this yet, but the Riot Peddlers Chai Pani was recorded here. Yeah, I was the bassist back then too. I just had shorter hair at that point.
Okay, I'm so sorry. It's been a fucking what? 7 years?
A lot longer, I think. 2011.
Okay, so
11 or 12.
In my defense, it's been 8 plus years.
That's all right. We both have changed as people.
Yeah, man.
Right?
I've grown a bunch.
Same here. Even I've grown a bunch. Devoid has grown
old.
Yes. Gone missing for a few years, and then suddenly you guys are back.
Yeah.
How come you guys are back?
Oh, start with the heavy one, huh? Let's start with how we basically disappeared, right? That was around 2015 where just life caught up with us, individually, personally, in our own ways. We had to abruptly make a call, be bro, either this is quits now or we just leave it be and we'll see agar hua to hua.
So wait 1 second, did you guys go on hiatus or did you guys end?
Yeah, it's the deep diving into the concept. I see. Yeah, we went on hiatus.
Lovely. Right. As most projects will always
because you don't want to call it quits because who the fuck knows,
man. Exactly.
It's like your ex-girlfriend but you just never said
it's like your first love. Your first love will always remain your first love. No,
I was gonna put a Friends reference of Ross and Rachel. Shit, okay.
And then suddenly
we were on a break.
Completely.
We were on a break.
I said it. Yeah. Sorry. Fuck. I don't watch Friends.
That's okay. We'll believe you. All right. So how come you guys are back?
Just the way we sort of had to leave. Life sort of brought us back together. It's we were low-key wanting to come back and do something, but there wasn't some gig to play, there wasn't some studio to hit, there wasn't any milestones to fucking reach. So we were just waiting. We were in limbo of sorts till randomly NH7 decided to have us for some reason. I mean, they have to be down on their ticket numbers. I mean, that has to explain it. Because 3.5 years and they were wait, who didn't play yet? Oh, those guys. Oh, they have, but let's call them again. So they called us, and we couldn't have been happier, because at that point, all we needed is something to like have like the carrot in front of you, in front of the mule that is donkey. Sorry, the mule that
The
is
mule
Devoid.
that is, yeah.
That's how like we got a call, and I called the band, and each of us over time we were like, okay, let's actually do it, which immediately put us in the back foot because we didn't plan, and there was a lot of logistics that we were not aware of
Okay.
before we said, yeah, let's do it. But immediately as we started planning, we saw that it is possible, but it would require quite a bit from like each member in the band.
Of course.
And right
And I
now
think-
they're all in different places.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way. I mean, you should put that into perspective as to why it was logistically a bit.
Yeah, I should have, right? At that time, I was
Yeah.
like, hey man, I think I can call you, so it's easy for us to now jam. But he stayed in Dubai. So it's like, oh fuck, oh okay, it's gonna cost you for you to come into India and jam, which is gonna cost, and everything sort of. But then we tried and made sense of it, and we were like, okay, fuck this, because what else are we doing? Like, let's do Devoid. We know how to do it. So that's essentially how we came back. We had
So
the
how
deadline
far
and
back
we-
was this? This was like what, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3
I think
months
it was
ago,
6 months.
6 months
Oh, wow.
ago.
So,
Fuck,
you kept it under wraps for a while.
for yeah.
I think it was 6 months. Fuck, I should actually. Yeah, I didn't realize I did, because I suck at like keeping secrets. But if I did keep it under the wraps, yay!
That's awesome. And that's awesome. We're glad you're back. And of course, you guys decided to come back with quite a bang. It's not just a gig, but it's also new music. There's a new single out.
Yeah, all we needed was the reason to come back, and the gig was like a good reason to come back. And we've played NH7. We like playing NH7 because it's a new experience, new crowd. It's a new challenge to be able to position yourself in front of the other genres. So that in itself was a good reason to come back. But
It's also great that you guys are playing for, like, essentially opening for Opeth.
yeah, opening for Opeth. Yeah.
Supporting act.
Supporting act for
But
Opeth.
like I couldn't have asked for any more, because yeah, Opeth, and there's a whole bunch of like amazing Indian artists in the lineup. Few of them like are very old and close friends, like Gutslit and Banakmore. So like it's almost like playing in B69 or Big 69 or something to that effect. Only in 2019, so it's a time warp. And plus we get to do our new shit, and we've been wanting to write, and we've been wanting to put out. So one song is done of sorts, so we're sort of happy.
Okay, I'm going to leave you at that point. We'll come back and address one song is done so far, because that immediately begs more questions.
Yeah.
But before that, let's first just start talking about the new single.
Yeah,
Right.
let's get into it, man. 'Cause
Let's get into it. So, Arun, would you like to just introduce the single, and then we'll just play it out so that our listeners can listen to it in its whole glory.
Sure. It's called Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Drop Dead Gorgeous. That's
yeah.
a beautiful track. It immediately reminded me of Channel V's Get Gorgeous.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And,
Right.
and,
You
and
go
since
for
you
my
said,
DG.
and since you said that, I still remember when you sent me the track. I was like, wait, did he send me the right track? Because it brought to mind the Delhi punk hardcore band, Grammy winning effort. They had a track, Drop Dead Gorgeous, also. So I was
Really?
like,
What
yeah.
the shit? Okay,
Yeah.
this is news to me actually. Fuck, I should have done my research.
Yeah,
Holy
it's okay.
fuck.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Thanks for bringing it up, bro.
Hey, there are 4 Devoids. You still stick out.
We still out there.
Yeah, you're still out there. Don't worry about it. It's okay. There are so many songs which are called One.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. All
Thanks,
right. So
Animesh.
here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here is Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Rush over my own and then the chance won't go lost and
All right. So before we actually start breaking down this track with you, let's get you back talking into what we left you talking about before we played the track. Convoluted sentence, motherfucker. Yeah. Where'd the idea for the song start? Did you guys like want to talk about this being Drop Dead Gorgeous or whatever, social media elitism, etc., or did it start off as just a bunch of riffs?
Oh, that's a good question. It started off as a bunch of riffs a long time back.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
So all
I
this
don't know,
was just
4 years,
percolating in your mind for like X amount of years or
yeah,
X
just
amount of
like
months.
storing hard disk space,
Yeah.
which at some point, like while we were when we knew that we were going to come back, so we said, okay, let's write some shit. We have already written some shit, and that's when Kamdar had actually sent me his riff. And I was like, yeah, dude, I fucking remember this song. I actually can sing it without actually. It's been a while since I've heard it, but I can almost like sing along with it. So I've heard this many times. So I think maybe we should do it. And Kamda's actually, he would normally not write like in Devoid before, but he did make it a point to write on his own. And he had these whatever sets of recordings. And in one, when I heard it, I was like, yeah, we should do this section of the song right as it is. And then that's how it started. It started with a riff. And when it came to the jam room and Shubham got a hold of it, there was a whole different story because he was looking at it completely from a different angle. In fact, most of what you hear of that track and this is essentially not at all similar because Shubham basically transformed the song. He made it faster for starters, which was odd because I was coming 3.5 years cold into Devoid, 3.5, 4 years, and my wrists and whatever, like my hands weren't as nimble as they were, and let alone like doing vocals of it. And this guy wanted to make everything faster, which at some point it was met with some hostility and resistance, but I'm glad he chose what he chose because we stuck with that. And we wanted to juice as much as we could from that previous like track that Kamdar had written. So we basically melded it together and let both Shubham and Kamdar. So this is the first Devoid track where I've actually not written any of the guitar sections.
Wow.
The entire guitar sections are like either coming from Shubham's head, where he's like, bap, 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 bap. How you play that? Which not as funny, but and Kamdar actually writing all of it before. So
wow.
Other than a few parts here and there where I basically brought my sort of vibe to it, but other than that, most of it was these guys.
Okay, and why choose this particular topic to sing about?
Yeah, the topic was I don't know. It just came to me. Like I think I'm most.
How much time do you spend on your phone?
Quite a bit, clearly. The Drop Dead Gorgeous audience is definitely also me.
but I want to add over here. I mean, like you talked about, your anti-religion stuff and things like that. If I have to like do a contrast, or if I may have to ask you, what kind of mind space are you in now compared to back then, and what has changed?
Clearly, I have. Back then, like, I don't know. I think it's just growing up, right? When you're writing and metal is such a fantastical genre. Like you can have like the weirdest of lyrics and it's like everything gets a pass, right? Medieval knights and a demon king.
Exactly.
And a queen betrothed to a dragon and whatnot. And stuff of that nature to like, just like cadaverous intestinal gluttony and stuff of that nature. And everything in the middle, which is even the Slayer stuff where it's maybe a social commentary or some about like a fucking serial killer or something. So coming from that like phase of listening just that kind of music to then just not doing that for a bit. And then like also listening to different kinds of like, especially like off late, I've been getting into the R&B side of things.
Okay.
R&B is the trap. Let's just call it for what it is. Trap music. And there's a lot of lyrical themes there also, which took me by surprise, because I was like, I'm kind of used to having my lyrics in a certain fashion. When that mold sort of broke for me, I was like, that's fucking cool. I think maybe I can take something out of that. And so stuff of that, I don't know what I'm meandering in this question. Sorry.
No,
That's
but
okay.
You're
So,
making sense.
Yeah. Obviously, it comes from just maybe like at some point of time getting all the anger out on those kind of issues.
I think it just
right?
boiled down. I didn't realize how
grown
pissed
up.
off I was about the Facebook divas. I don't know, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram
No, it's-
divas. If it's not just divas, like guys do it, gals do it, everyone in the middle do it, and
It's
it's
not
just way too much. And I felt
think-
like I needed to write about it. And the thing is, okay, let me ask you guys a question. You guys have been in through the genesis of social media. Tell me, awkward, hi-fi, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like when it started, right? And what do you call it? Testimony and like wall posts. Like those were and we've seen it all the way to like now, where
was
like you're a
basically
cat basically throughout.
No, I mean, that was the social currency back then, right? Getting
Yeah,
as many
getting-
friends to write testimonials for you
Testimonial was
and shit like
The
that.
make or break of a person's character at that, like in that time, for that age. And
Like to
Okay.
this day, I don't have a Facebook account because I logged on to Facebook once ever in my life, and I found that intro screen so confusing that I was like, "What? Why do I even need to be on this? Fuck it, not on this at all." And I've never been on Facebook.
I'm glad you skipped through it, because
No, but-
we went like headfirst in that bitch.
No, but that's what happens, right? And I mean, yeah, it's having lived life without social media, you understand the pitfalls of social media a lot more, which most of these kids, etc., may
guess.
not.
I guess.
And it becomes like this currency for them to live life, but whatever.
But you know
Fuck
what?
that shit. Yeah.
I mean,
I also want to be honest. When I finished writing it, I just like I felt like a middle-aged uncle. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Just like
I wanted to
these
address that.
kids.
I wanted to address that because it genuinely feels like, or at least the three of us can relate to being those middle-aged uncles at this point.
Yes, I'm not far from
I
it.
mean, one
No,
of the
it's not
things,
just because of physical age. It's because we've lived in a time when social media
like
didn't
the thing.
exist.
Wasn't the
Didn't
thing.
exist.
Yeah.
It didn't exist for our childhood.
Right.
We never really saw the need for it.
I mean, like one of the things that will out me as a middle-aged uncle was like, I was so happy that you sent me the lyrics because I was like,
You're like, oh,
that's the kind of way, that's the way I'm used to listening to music, man.
Okay.
But let's dive straight into the track because
Yeah. All right. So let's actually start breakdown. Okay. So cue it up.
oh yeah.
tell me about those lyrics, man, because the intro bit, right? That was like, it gears you up and just reading through those lyrics. So just tell me what was going through your mind writing it.
Okay, I'm gonna be super fucking honest, because we did like an AMA recently, and that was the first
Okay.
time I had ever actually gone live.
Okay.
Like where I could just say stuff and people would like basically
respond to it.
respond to
Yeah.
it, and then you get to respond more. And I honestly loved it. It was addicting. It's kind of weird, and I've never done that before. So while having done that, I felt like I get it. I get the whole live phenomenon.
Yeah.
Because once experiencing it, I felt like, okay, this is fun. I see why everybody does it.
Dude, it's crack cocaine, man.
It's crack cocaine, clearly. But that's the thing. Like, you focus on you way too much. It feels like the whole world is just like interviewing you when they aren't. They don't give a shit. Someone's taking a crap and fucking writing to you, and they don't give a fuck what you answer. But like, my point is, it's not that important, but it feels like it. It is, right? And that's that weird, like, I don't know, contradictory feeling. Well, I felt good, but I knew what it meant, and this dissonance
Yeah.
basically is what brought that up.
All right. Okay. Cool. Let's continue. कितना BPM है ये double bass?
Actually, ज़्यादा नहीं है.
It sounds fucking monstrous.
If you
And
ask,
mind you.
yeah, I'm glad you liked it. If you ask Shubham, he'd be like, bro, यार 15-20 तो जा ही सकते हैं ऊपर.
It's really odd that you said that this track was meant to be slower. That definitely doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, I had to fight for it. I mean, I didn't. I mean, he was okay with it, but yeah, but he can. So he was the sort of like reason why we went the way we went.
So tell you I'm a fucking star on this platform. Although the lights for reading get away the platform. Mounting off guitars like a fucking Vivian. Monkey say one monkey, you down to the monkey say me. I'm shedding myself of originality. I live for the moment, let me capture, let's take quarantine.
You knew we were going to ask a question on this part. Man.
I'm ready here.
Come on.
Okay, I can clearly see the audience singing along to "Didn't I Tell You I'm a Fucking Star?" Right? Like it's a walk cry, almost walk cry that brings the breakdown in over there. The larger question over here, that's the hook. Does Devoid write any parts that let your audience interact with your songs? Like obviously, you would, and all of us remember Beer Song in a way, right? Was the intent behind that hook part
Right.
to get people to
See.
go like
To sing along.
to sing along, to essentially connect with the audience and get people to do something over there?
Right. I'm gonna have to be honest. When like in Devoid, you can find many songs which have like this break, and there is solo vocals, and then there is the not break, right? That happens a lot in your songs. I've always wanted the crowd to sing along during that time. To be super honest with you, like that's obviously why we were doing it. But in this song, it was not exactly like that because at this point we're going to break down the song. So the tempo moves from 200 to 140.
Okay.
And we wanted something in that part, right?
All right.
We had left an empty gap, and as I do, wanted all attention.
All eyes on me. I'm the front man.
Right, yeah. Just this guy. Even if
the
Kamda
lyrics-
was like, dude, I'm gonna play this bass solo here. Not now. Not yet. But no, that's not how it went. Honestly, there was an empty section where we were thinking of doing something. And I thought maybe because of the tempo lag, let's not do something instrument specific. Let's do vocals because that's more like it melds with the tempo.
All right, cool. Also, one more question regarding the breakdown part. This is a very early breakdown. Like you're not even a minute into the song and the breakdown hits.
Right.
You generally hear breakdowns like towards the end, right?
Yeah.
To give you some respite after all the riffing.
I guess. And we ended like...
Okay, we'll come to the end too, but still.
Yeah. But...
Itna jaldi kyun?
Itna jaldi kyun? Because... Okay, I'm going to try and sound deep, and it's actually not even the right reason for why we did it. But just think about this. Instant gratification. Isn't that like fucking the theme of the song?
Yeah.
Give it to you right up front, like, here's an intro and here's the fucking main shit.
Fuck, that makes a lot of sense.
And just to think about it, the moment you play it at like dive bar kind of environment, it's like you want to mosh, right? Here take it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And the
Here's
best
the
part
mosh
is
part.
if everyone says, what's the fucking line? I forget. Didn't I tell you I'm a fucking star?
Yeah.
Well, it's an actual sort of how I'd see it is a confession.
Yeah.
We all are fucking divas out there in our lives.
Yeah.
So it's sort of everybody's saying, hey, I'm that fucking diva.
Let's continue. Mouthing off to like fucking Vivian. You're referring to Divine, just to be clear?
I mean, no surprises there, but
Yeah.
yeah,
just
it
to be
was
clear.
like, because I'd seen like TikTok videos, like people think that they're divine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
people think that they're
TikTok is
Fuck, I've tried watching TikTok. It doesn't make
hilarious.
any
It's
sense.
amazing. Okay, just like
See,
shout out
there's
to boys crying passionately on Musically India. If you don't follow that page, you guys are missing out.
Okay.
Boys crying passionately on Musically India. Please
Wow.
check it out. It's the best shit ever.
I'll give it a shot.
I can suddenly see like a huge generation gap here.
Like, it doesn't make fucking sense. Why is it funny? I can't understand it. Why is the half the world liking that shit? There's fucking
The song explains
the song
it.
explains it. Let's continue.
Now I have to ask this question. Who's going to do the backing vocals now that you're a three-piece man?
Shit. Why you do that, bro? I just like, I swear to you, today is, whenever we are recording it, is the day when I got like the message from Kamdar. He was like, bro, I really want to do that, like, that part, man. And I'm like, yeah, you should totally do it. He's like, no, the other part which like comes after your vocals. I'm like, yeah, I don't think you can do it. But honestly, I don't think anybody can do it because it's so off. Having said that, I'm not challenging anybody. Maybe someone can. But having said that, I don't think it'll have. It's just supposed to be like an echo sort of.
Okay. So you might not actually hear it live.
You might not. Thanks for. So, you know whom to thank. Hansom has brought you that knowledge.
I have a confession to make here. I was back to my teens when I was listening to this part because I was like, "Fuck, this is how I remember Devoid."
Devoid, yeah. This is the like thrashy speed.
Hey,
Devoid.
this was the, what do you call it? Call sign.
Yeah,
Very old school, wrapped up in this new production, modern sounding production. This is what Devoid came to be known for as. So, I don't know what headspace you guys are in, and the fact that you mentioned, or the fact that I'm assuming you guys will be writing more songs in the future.
100%.
Yeah. So will we be seeing this return to roots a lot more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't promise you this because I don't know how, like, because it's a subjective thing, but you hear what you hear, right?
Yeah.
It's going to come back. And there are areas where I feel like there is a lot more. So, okay. So the band was listening to Hate Calls the other day. Like, we've not heard that song in forever. And for the first time, we all were in consensus that shit had something. Like, let's maybe look at that. And, and Kamala was also saying, like, there are lots of sections in our old stuff that maybe we should look at it with this perspective that we have, maybe a different approach in songwriting, but whatever, like, have that element, right? So in that sense, we've already talked about it. And yes, the answer is, yeah, you might find something with this.
Awesome. Cool. That one bar was the only bar in which the bass line actually goes away from what the guitar is playing largely.
Yeah, that section, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
Why not let bass be line? This is speaking because obviously bass player.
Oh, yeah.
Like, does bass always need to play or color within the lines?
Absolutely.
थोड़ा सा, because इस गाने में scope है
Yeah.
for the bass to do a lot more.
I agree with you. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I mean, yes, the bass does not at all need to do what the guitarist is doing. In fact, metal might benefit if that's the case. And yeah, but that depends from basis to basis.
Of course, it depends on band to band. It depends on a lot
some
of
people like,
subjective
I
factors.
like that riff. Let me just make that riff like heavier, so I'm gonna just like layer
Yeah.
over it. But like, I like that riff enough for me to like fuck with it. That's another kind of basis,
Yeah.
and I say more power to both of those.
What?
Part just fucking before the drums kicked in over there. Holy
What
fuck.
the hell did we just hear, man?
Yeah, like that was like pure proper todford.
Yeah,
It's the heaviest part in the whole song.
yeah.
Like
right?
this is proper Todford in Bombay metal
We
thing.
really hope for that reaction to come from y'all. So I'm super relieved more than anything else. Like, I'm not acknowledging it as much as I'm just like,
They get it.
Intention achieved. Expectation has met reality.
honestly, like, I mean, was there a follow-up question, or was this like?
No. It was just a pure reaction. Like,
Okay.
this was the heaviest part of the song. Right?
I feel you, man, because this section was mostly a drummer at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, this entire section is purely Shiva. He's like, dude, I want to smash shit. So there were few ways to go about it. Was like, we could break down. We could literally break down.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, not that kind of breakdown. Like, I want it to be heavy. Like, I want as much like shit to be thrown in that, and that groove should be there. So we were like, what do you feel like? He's like, this is the beat. And we were like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is the beat. And he's like, this is the riff I want. And we were like, fuck
So
yeah, that is the fucking
he
riff you
sung
want.
it out for you guys. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, he sung it out for us.
Wow.
I'm not even, yeah, he sung it out for us. He made that part. So yeah, I'm super like, feels like, like a, I don't know.
Like Mohammad Azharuddin after winning a cricket
Yeah,
match.
like-
the boys played well.
Yeah, and the boys played well. That's exactly what it is.
There's a cricket reference for you.
And I didn't have to break a sweat. He figured this out, and it worked, and that's all that matters.
How long was that scream? Is that your personal record?
No.
What's your
I think it's
personal
on, like,
record?
longer. I don't think it's on record, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how long it was. Honestly,
Roughly around what?
3-4 seconds.
8 seconds. 8 to 9 seconds. Yeah.
Shut up!
yeah.
Shut up! You guys are just saying shit.
No, we're not. You can. Like,
I
you
can
like,
actually check.
You can keep listening to that part over and over again.
Yeah,
It's your
but like,
fucking song.
yeah, we I don't know. We just went for it. At that point, we were like, okay, let's put our scream here.
All right.
Alright, man.
Drop dead conscious. Drop dead conscious. Drop dead. Drop dead.
Okay, so for all of you who have been listening to Devoid for a while, and I'm listening to this part, you will definitely hear a similarity to Brahma Weapon.
Huh.
Wait,
Is it fair to for us to say that? You remember the end of Brahma Weapon?
I do.
You remember the end of this song? Think of it as a structure. Brahma Weapon is the only part of the song
Oh, son of a bitch!
where the lyrics, where the song title is actually being sung out in both songs. It's the only
Oh.
part in both the songs in which your riffs are progressively becoming heavier.
Where do you? That was y'all. I mean, y'all gave me that insight, and it's true. Because now that I'm thinking about it, it's fucking true.
so wait, for those of you who haven't heard Brahma Weapon, we're gonna link it in the show notes for this. But you need to check out, there was an epic video they released for that also, man. Throw back, huh?
Oh my god! Actually, you have
Yeah?
a point. I didn't realize it, but like, yeah, that's essentially what we're doing. We're rehashing.
No. We didn't mean to say that.
No, of course not. Of course not. No, but like, I didn't quite catch that. But like, the whole the album, the song title comes in that. Huh. Yeah.
Maybe that's the Devoid way of writing songs.
Maybe. Who the fuck knew?
Maybe it's
Because
Devoid.
I'm trying to. Yeah, this is a pattern clearly emerging from my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be or whatever. It's a signature. I wouldn't call it a pattern.
Yeah. Call sign.
It's a call sign. All right. So that was the track broken down. Thanks, Arun, for doing that with us. We'd like to ask you a couple of more questions to break this even more down.
Sure.
Thoda sa और deep. जाते हैं.
Deeper dive.
Yes.
No solos. Why? Why this restraint?
Is solo not having a solo a reason?
Possibly.
Feels like it's terrible to answer a question with a question, but having solos is not the end of the world.
It's
Or not having it is either. I just like, firstly, who's going to play it? Because we are 3-piece and I'm not as much as a lead guitarist
Ah.
as I'd like to be, but so we thought that's because we can write a full song without it, and that's why we did it.
Okay, cool.
I think
So
we'll go
you
with that.
just
Maybe we'd add some more parts. The parts might not be quote unquote leads,
Uh-huh.
but there could be sections in the future. But
Of course.
yeah,
So you're not ruling them out as such.
absolutely not. Right now in this, we felt like we just want to write riffs.
Ah.
And that was essentially the driving force. And we are all riff writers, like it or not. No one's a lead
Yeah.
section writer.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
we just
Cool.
went with it.
We'll buy that.
Yeah.
And so stemming off from what you just said, you're now a 3-piece, right? Easier to record, easier to write stuff as a 3-piece,
Yes.
largely.
Yes. More heads, more decisions, more time and stuff, which is like basic math. But the thinking sort of, like, you either hit it or miss it. There's no in between.
Okay.
You know, with many people, there is an in between.
Yeah.
And with 3 people, it's like, यार कोई एक तो बोलने ही वाला है कि ये चूतिया था. हाँ. So yeah.
All right. Do you ever see Devoid getting back together as a 4-piece, like adding one more guitar in or anything of that sort, or is it too early to say at the moment? Maybe.
Right. Since you brought that up about, how decisions are easier, you talked about going back to a earlier discussion about, 6 months ago, you guys realized playing live, new music. How long did it finally take then to record and master the track?
Oh shit, not long at all actually. But being a band is fucking tough, right?
Yeah.
You have to know shit, and you have to have planned shit. You have to have the resources to do shit. So all of that, like, coming together doesn't, like, and especially after 3.5, 4 years, when you're not used to being a band, there is a little bit of a learning curve. I think we went through that learning curve.
Cool. ठीक है. Arun, last question. We'll leave you after this. Promise. And this is tying into something that you said very early on in the conversation. What's next? New album in the works? More singles? Because clearly this is not the only single that Devoid is going to release in version 2019.
Right. No, it's not. But like, I don't have a concrete answer if it's going to be only singles or EP or a full length,
Okay.
because we are still grappling with it.
Okay.
Because there is, like, we're in that midway section. Maybe I might be wrong, but like physical downloads are at an abysmal low.
Yeah.
Mm.
Physical downloads, I'm saying. Fuck,
Physical.
physical
Yeah.
buying.
Yeah.
I forgot the word buying.
Yeah.
I mean, just physical
Yeah.
purchase. But digital downloads, as everybody knows, it sucks. So there is no model that works.
Yeah.
We are trying to figure out what works for us, and which would mean we might do a bit of experimentation, figure out the sort of the reality for
Yeah.
us, and then be in a position to answer that. So right now we are like just winging it.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So, on that note,
On that note,
thanks a lot, Arun. It's
Yeah.
been great.
Cheers, guys.
I
Thanks for
hope
being
you
up.
enjoyed this.
Thanks
I did,
for
man.
being our first guest on the breakdown.
Hey,
man.
fuck.
Yeah.
Honored, man. Thanks for coming and thanks for having us.
All right. Till
Awesome.
later, how can people find Devoid and talk to you on social media?
You can find us at Facebook India, facebook.com/Devoid India. There's a Devoid India at Devoid India in Instagram. There are a few places you just Google fucking Devoid.
The irony of
on
talking about
Google.
social media.
Yeah,
and,
because like
our
clearly,
community.
Yeah,
like
we still have to
some
plug that.
middle-aged man talking to you guys. No,
Which
but
is
like just
why-
find us on fucking Google and hope for the best. There are 11 Devoids. Good luck.
Which is why we like to keep it very simple. Peter, you're at.
Trent Rusher,
I'm at Asmo Annie.
and we're
We are
at
at Horns Up Pod. That's only on Twitter. You can write into us. Nobody really listens to this, so yeah, whatever. Just show us a sign somewhere. Till the
And-
next time,
Horns Up.
Horns Up.
Horns up, guys.